I finally have a half-decent excuse to talk about my Halloween night tradition. Watching The Shining. It's my all-time favorite horror movie, and now I'm going to tell you why it is my all-time favorite. The Shining is one of those movies that, even if you've never seen it, you know exactly what the story is. It tells the story of a family who were going to stay at a snowy hotel in the middle of the Colorado mountains called the Overlook. The patriarch of the family, Jack Torrance, played by Jack Nicholson, has taken a job there as caretaker. And due to a combination of the isolation and just the shady history of the hotel, Jack slowly starts to lose his sanity and begins to take it out on his wife, played by Shelley Duvall, and his son, Danny. This is based on the book written by Stephen King, and Stephen King notoriously hates this movie. From what I've been able to research, he doesn't like this movie because it turns Jack Torrance into simply another Jack Nicholson role rather than a three-dimensional character. And while Dr. Sleep showed that Stephen King definitely did have a point, I mean, Jack Nicholson is still a lot of fun in this movie. This movie was directed by Stanley Kubrick, who by that point had proven to be one of the best living directors going. He had directed Spartacus and 2001: A Space Odyssey, and this is, in many ways, better than those movies. But Kubrick, being Kubrick, tortured Shelley Duvall on the set. I have no further details as to what specifically was done, but the reasoning behind it was to make Shelley Duvall's reactions look as authentic as possible. So when you see her scared, you can definitely imagine that there is some reality behind that. Really, the only other notable character other than the main family is Dick Hallorann, played by Scatman Crothers. In my research, I found out that Scatman Crothers actually voiced Hong Kong Phooey from the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and was a voice on Transformers, like the original cartoon show. News to me. Even though his scenes are pretty limited, I do smile whenever I see him on screen. He's just so much fun. And the score is also the stuff of legend. It's basic, but it gets the point across immediately. At the very beginning of the movie, when you hear doon, 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 it immediately sets you in the mood for the rest of the movie. And in terms of scares, The Shining really doesn't have anybody like jumping out of a closet and yelling boo. It doesn't work like that. This is very much a slow burn horror movie, and in that, I can see why people wouldn't like it. However, it's horror on the psychological level, and if you can work your way up to it, I can definitely say check it out. It's a movie that I watch every night on Halloween night, and it is a tradition of mine that has been long-standing. So definitely check this out if you have not.